Hey guys, Ethan Bill here. Welcome back to a YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to explain how we managed to scale a supplement slash CPG brand just over $1 million a year through using our proven Facebook ad strategy and the profit surge blueprint. And to be honest, this is one of numerous brands we're running to scale to way over 7 figures per year by utilizing our profit surge blueprint Facebook ad strategy. So if you've got any questions, drop in the comment section below. Appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. Let's just get straight to it. So right here, supplement brand, CPG brand, scaled, kind of a slash, scaled to just over $1 million per year. Now here's a case study here, as well as a screenshot. Not sure why it's come out blurry, but as you can see there, 25k in, by 85k out, 3.39 ROAS, new customer acquisition cost of $24, AOV of $81, fluctuating from 70 to 112. And even the CAC's fluctuating all the way from $11 to $33. But here's the how we manage to actually scale them. So the first thing with CPG and supplement brands is if you ever work with any, you need to understand there's kind of 5 very, very common bottlenecks that may impact scaling and may actually impact your acquisition. So the first one is customer retention. Now, a lot of brands in the CPG / supplement space constantly, need to acquire new customers. Without without basically maintaining existing ones. So they lead to very high churn rate and unsustainable growth because they get people in the door, but they just struggle to keep them, which obviously leads to that kind of churn rate where you're not really growing, you're just basically fighting every month just to kind of stay at the same sales point. The other one is differentiation. Is common across many other niches where standing out in a saturated market because multiple brands basically offer the exact same thing, often leaving to price driven race to the bottom. Very, very common. And scaling without sacrificing quality. Now, as a brand grows, obviously cost and everything like that starts to scale, and maintaining the product quality and consistency becomes a lot more challenging because say your product is organic and it has a specific type of mushroom that you like to, brew or basically ferment for X amount of days for you use it for it to reach its maximum nutrients when it gets put into powder. You need to be able to basically increase that skill, and you may start to maybe ferment it for 2 weeks less, for example, or half the time, which of course product goes down, so the customer experience goes down, and it goes down a massive carnage. So yeah, and that's another one. Main one is compliance and regulations. Navigating a complex health and safety regulation resulting in delayed product launches, cost change to formula, labeling, etc. And that's common in skincare as well. And the other one is just building trust. Everyone in the CPG supplement space has a very, very trust issue. Very high skepticism in the market, full of misinformation, full of basically people lying to them, and it's just a lot harder to convince your customer that your product is safe, effective, worth the investment, and can actually get the results. Now, here's the main common bottlenecks to do with acquisition. So ad fatigue is very, very common because a lot of people in the CPG and supplement space just run the exact same image again and again and again, and it will fall under 3 reasons why: us versus them, or your standard static with get more energy, things like that. So you'll end up basically seeing the same images again and again and again, and your frequency will go very high. So will your front end metrics and so will your CPM, because ad, not really just getting fatigued, but it's the fact that you're doing the exact same thing in every single ad as every other basically supplement brand / CPD brand out there. So you're not really hitting any decent market awareness or pain points or any sophistication, anything like that. So yeah, running the same ads too often, reduced performance, high CACs, struggling with rising cost to acquire new customers due to increased competition and platform saturation. This isn't a major problem as long as you've got your lifetime value dialed in. If you know that you can spend $50 to acquire a customer, worst case scenario, and you'll profit a month $2 on the second transaction, you can scale a lot faster than people who are only willing to spend $25 to acquire a customer, because some customers are just going to be more skeptic, so they're going to be a lot harder to acquire, cost more than the average person. Because don't forget, only 3% of the market are ready to buy right now, this second. Further 13%, a little bit slower. Then after you get that, you get your extra 13%, and then you get your laggers and etc. So it ends up eventually costing more basically to acquire certain customers than others. And obviously targeting the right audience, it's difficult when you fine tuning the audience, and you can just waste a lot of spend on people that aren't interested. And obviously scaling out, losing quality. A lot of people struggle to scale creative volume with quality, and they just end up going down the drain because they just start uploading random stuff to the ad account. And to be honest, when you upload something to an ad account, you're not going to really see the impact until 7 days. So if you spend a full month uploading just basic rubbish to the ad account, just rushing, the next month is going to be terrible, and it could go on and on and on. So yeah, but here are the main bottlenecks basically that we solve for this client. So ad fatigue, as I said, the exact same images looking exactly the same. Us versus them, 3 reasons why. Your standard benefit ad, heading and static. So for example, get more energy, things like that. It's the same ads again and again and again. People get bored of them. So what we do is we differentiate it. So we start leveraging, ChatGPT, AI, UGC, carousels, catalogs, things like that, just mixing it up and not saying the same message. For example, instead of get more energy, get a natural high even on your worst days. Things like that. Saying it differently than everybody else in the market. Not testing volume. Honestly, so many brands blame Facebook when in reality, they're just not hitting the numbers. To be successful, if you're running Facebook ads now, listen, okay, so to be successful with Facebook ads, you need to make sure that you are testing about 5 DCTs per week. If you are not managing to do that, then there's no point in you running Facebook ads. If your spend is low, you can do 3 per week. If you want to see growth in a 30-day period, you want to test 5 well-researched DCTs per week. If that is too much for you, don't bother running Facebook ads. You're just going to waste money, you're going to get annoyed, you're not going to get anywhere. Rushing market research, this is the most common one. Market sophistication is the biggest issue I see across all ads, across every single niche. You can't get away with saying get more energy because everyone's offering that. Like I said, get an actual high even on your worst days. You can even say things like natural boost without the jitters, or caffeine like boost without the jitters. Things like that. So saying the message differently. And obviously by doing that, you need to do market research and analyze what market sophistication the level is at. That's what the market is at. That's where people go wrong. Most markets, to be honest, tend to be like the 3 to 4, but a lot of people just rush it and you just write level market on sophistication, but there's no point because you very rarely first to the market, unless you're like Lucent Globe, who are just straight to the market first for laundry sheets. And poor ad account structure. I do so many audits on a weekly basis, and I see so many people, like 10 campaigns running. Like they'll have Advantage Plus, they'll have conversions retargeting, conversion middle funnel, conversion prospecting, conversions interest, conversions broad, conversions lookalike. And it's like and then like traffic and engagement, just chill out, have one campaign, broad prospecting done. Scaling too fast. If you're spending $100 per day, you can get away with scaling like 150 within 24 hours, 200, etc. Don't be doubling the budget, especially when you get to a point where it's like $250 per day. Don't be that, it's about $300 per day. Don't be that person that starts doubling the budget every day, because you're not going to basically maintain that kind of volume and success at like 1K per day, at like $250 per day, just by doubling the budget for 4 days straight. We just look past 24 hours. If the budget's over $500 per day, we just do last 24 hours. If the ROAS is good, we increase budget by 20%. That's simple. If it's less $500, we just do it every 3 days. Now, reading too many Twitter posts. A lot of brand founders now, obviously, and back 5 years ago, a lot of them were kind of like very millennial, very old boomers. Now a lot of them are like Gen Z, and they go on Twitter for the information. And it is crazy how many ludicrous Twitter posts are out there. And as a founder, you're overwhelmed and you're reading them all, and you think, okay, I've got to listen to this one. Okay, this guy just posted this. This one was a week ago. I've got to listen to this guy. Ignore them all. Find one strategy, stick with it. No unique angles. Good example of this was there was a skincare brand called Lumen. When they started running ads about dry skin, baggy eyes, it's a very, very common angle. So they switched it up and how you get more attention from girls, more Tinder matches, more DMs, things like that by using skincare. Unique angle, everyone just switched to Lumen. Another one is just listen to 20 people. So if you are a brand owner and you want to run ads entirely yourself, that's totally cool. But when you go on YouTube and you say you're learning from YouTube, only pick 1 or 2 people. For example, if you're watching this video, you'll probably watch me, and you may watch another YouTuber. Don't be watching loads, because if you look online, you type in Facebook ads, there's numerous people out there, like Ben Heath, Chase Chappell, Jordan Platter, Nick Terrio. There's loads of people out there. Nick Terrio is very, very good, but a lot of people out there, what they do is a completely different strategy. Like every person I've just mentioned, apart from me and Nick Terrio, we use the same strategy, but everyone else I've just mentioned uses a completely different strategy. So you're basically watching 5 different YouTubers who utilize 5 different strategies, who have 5 different beliefs, and it just gets carnage. Pick 1 or 2, and that's it. What best way to do it is pick 1 YouTuber and to be honest, just the YouTubers that talk about how to produce high quality creatives and good angles. Don't watch these that are saying like quick hack to double Facebook ads and things like that. Don't listen to them. Listen to the ones that talk about actual creatives. Okay, now going to solutions. So first things first, just get yourself a Google Sheet. Just create like this: batch, creator, angle, market awareness, market education, persona. Get all that ironed out for your batch, which is like your DCT, which is DCT1. DCT is 322, so 3 creative, 2 copy, 2 headline. Then the most important part, and then also your format, but the most 2 important things. What am I testing? And that's just said, why am I testing? So what in this actual ad are you specifically testing? Is it a new angle? Is it a new concept, a new idea? Why? For example, you could be testing the fact that people in the CPG space want more energy, but they don't want the jitters. Why are you testing that? Because it's a level 4 marketification. A lot of reviews have said that people are tired of, you can see it, competitors aren't talking about that, things like that. Maybe one competitor is and they're doing very, very well, and that has been live like 4 weeks plus, etc. So the what you're testing and why you're testing is incredibly important. So make sure that you are filling those boxes in. A few notes at the bottom: 5 DCTs per week. What we do is, for example, Monday the 31st was the Monday just gone. So what we would do on that Monday the 31st to, for example, the 4th of April, that 5-day period, is when we're creating all our ads, getting them scripted, drafted, sent to creators, recorded, edited, sent back to us. The following Monday, which will be the 4th, 5th, 6th or 7th, that date there is when the ads will go live, and we'll run them for 7 days. And we'll just keep loading 5 DCTs per week, every single Monday. Very, very simple. If you repeat that for 4 weeks, you're testing 20 high quality, well market research DCTs, which fall in the unicorn method of 322. You are testing 60 ads. Worst case scenario. So you've never had 50 ads before and you do that. Worst case scenario, one of those ads will be a unicorn. I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm just saying that based off what we've seen in the past, there's a high chance one of those will be a unicorn ad, which basically means a very scalable ad. You'll get a few ads that do well. Maybe that will kind of take you from like $100 per day to like $400 per day, or $400 per day to like $600 per day. But one will take you from like $500 per day to like $1,500 per day. One, and that is a unicorn ad. Then is when you start to scale. Facebook ads, a lot of it, once you get the market research dialed in, things like that, it is a numbers game. The more well-researched Facebook ads you can test, the quicker you will be able to scale, as long as you don't rush. If you come to a point where you feel like you're rushing, or you feel like you've not got time to upload a new ad, just don't upload it. Wait until you do have time and do the market research. To be honest, a lot of people with the ads look for the quickest solution, but when it comes to Facebook ads, a lot of the time is the research. It takes so long to get it right, and it's going to be a very meticulous process doing it for like 20 clients every single week. 5 DCTs, 100, 100. It adds up and can get very, very meticulous. So I'm going to fast track here. If you are a CPG supplement brand, here are 5 really good basic human desires to base your angles off. So security, a deep need for safety and stability, both financially and emotionally, love and connection, freedom, purpose, and happiness. Now, these are 5 really good angles to use, but the one that worked very well for us is freedom. So the yearning for autonomy, freedom to make choices, live on their terms, express themselves fully. Now, what we mean by that is you can create angles like this: live life on your own terms. So empower healthier choices for life on your own terms. So the more healthy you are, maybe you can go traveling more, maybe you can go to clubs more and get more attention from girls and things like that. Or take control of your own health, live independently, enjoy to the gym, be that girl, that guy she tells you not to worry about, that type of thing. Break free from restrictions, energy slumps, fatigue, tired, anything like that. Have a better lifestyle, be less tired, more happy. And obviously to achieve the goals, gain better focus, more energy, pursue your dreams. If you want a 6-pack and you're a CPG brand, you can position your product as a way to get that 6-pack by utilizing your drink. Maybe they're going to drink less Red Bull or less really high sugary drinks. They're going to have less fat, and then eventually, over time, that's going to help them lose fat, and then over time, they're going to get a 6-pack. Unleash your full potential, perform best, live authentically. Everyone wants to do the best. Your body, your choice. Take charge of your physical health and well-being. So these are 6 very, very good angles that if you are a CPG supplement brand, just steal them, copy and paste them, DCT per reach, they're your first DCTs. And this is how you structure it. So prospecting campaign, 5 DCTs per week. We focus heavily on videos, but recently, because of ChatGPT's new update, we have actually started implementing more images. So it was originally about 90% videos, 10% images. Now it's looking like 70% videos and about 30% images. So here is just an example of it was a video. So hook the same body for DCT1, DCT2 has the same body for 3, 4, and 5, but the hook is different the first 3 seconds. So, and this is set entirely to CBO, do not do EBO. Following that, you will get results like this. 85k per month, which is just over 1 million per year, just by following this structure, these angles, this spreadsheet, and identifying bottlenecks and getting them dealt with and boxed off straight away. So that is everything. If you are a CPG or supplement brand and you're just stuck at 6 figures, feel like you've hit a glass ceiling, feel like you just can't produce high quality creatives, you can't get UGC creators to reply to you, you can't produce those scripts, those statics that are on brand or anything like that, and you're just stuck at 6 figures, be that 20k per month, 30k per month, 40k per month, 50k per month, whatever, then just look in the description below where it says how you can build with my Facebook ads. Click that link there, schedule a very quick 15-minute chat with me, and we'll just very quickly assess if you're a good fit to work with us. We're very blunt, very direct. Even if you are not a good fit to work with us, you will still leave with an actionable strategy that you can implement yourself, be that building an in-house team to do what we do, etc. But yeah, that is everything. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions or video ideas or anything like that, then just look in the comment section below and drop your ideas in there. If you've got any questions you're struggling with, things like that, I can record a video on how to help you guys out. But as everything, hope you enjoyed the video, and feel free to hit the like button or hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.